Correct odorless fufu is the best swallow you can make for any soup. Hello value family, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's recipe, I'm going to share with you on how to make that correct odorless fufu. Very easy, you can make this at home. Now we'll be using some cassava, of course, to make this fufu, and these are the cassava I'll be using. So first of all, we are just going to peel the back of this cassava. This is very easy to peel and it comes out on its own once you're able to just insert your knife through the back. And after peeling, this is what we have. So I'm just going to transfer this to a bowl of water and wash this very well. You can just wash this for 1 or up to 2 times depending on how dirty you feel the cassava is. So after washing, I'm just transferring this to a very clean water and we're going to proceed to soak this cassava. You will want this cassava to ferment for 4 to 7 days depending on how long you want your cassava to ferment. Especially if your cassava is very strong already, you might want to ferment it for up to 7 days. But for this, we fermented this cassava for 5 good days. Remember I told you earlier we are making odorless fufu. So what I did here is that after the second day, I'm just going to bring out the cassava. You can see this is the second day. We're just going to take this out from this water and transfer it to a neat water. But if you don't mind to have all those scents fufu, you can just allow yours to just soak outrightly for that 7 days. But I didn't want to have that smell in that fufu. I don't like that. So after 2 days, I'll just transfer this to a very clean water and allow this to soak. So this is just what we are doing here. So on the 5th day, this is what the cassava looks like. It is well fermented now and it is very soft. This is how to know that your cassava has fermented well. Just run your finger through your cassava. If your cassava is able to scatter, I just know that it is soft already. So what you are going to do now, we are going to blend this cassava. But if you don't have blender, you can just pass this through your sieve. That's your normal stainless sieve. Just pass this. Since the cassava is already soft, you can just pass it through that and it's going to dissolve. So what you're going to do now, you are going to blend this cassava, adding the cassava into the blender or take it to the manual grinder to grind it. So add in little water, cover this up and allow your blender to do its work. So I'm just going to allow this to blend, and after blending, we'll proceed to the next stage. So this is what it looks like after blending. You have to blend this very smooth, just like this. If you don't have a very strong blender to blend this, please just take this stick manual grinder, just the regular way our grandmas would have done. So after blending, I'm just going to transfer this to a pot. I would advise for you to use a non-stick pot so that it can be very easy for you to wash. Anything other than that, you can just use your normal pot. It's just the same thing. So I'm just going to transfer this to the pot. I'll proceed now to blend the next batch and transfer this into the pot. This is a very simple method. This particular method does not require you to go ahead to sieve this cassava. So after adding it to the pot, you're just going to start cooking this on a low heat first. So while at it, we make sure to stir this occasionally so that this does not have any lump at all. Once you start getting cooked like this, just know you're going to apply a little bit more pressure when you are mixing this all together. This is when you bring out your real power. Now you're going to stir this very well once it starts cooking. I know some people don't go through this process, but if you have never tried this method of making fufu, I want you to try it out today. It is actually very good, and once you try this method out, you're going to get hooked. I don't think you go back to your old method of making fufu. So I'm just making sure to stir this all together. After stirring, I'm going to add a little bit more water to make sure that this is properly cooked. Add in the water, cover up your pot and allow this for a few minutes. After that, you're going to come back to it and I'm going to show you how this is looking. This is what we have now. You can notice the difference in the texture of this fufu. Just know that your fufu is ready. And to wrap this, you can just make use of your cling film or your cellophane to wrap this. For this, I'm making use of the cling film. Just put this over the plate to just help you. Just scoop your fufu into it and wrap it up. And this is how to make that correct odorless fufu that goes well with almost all the soups. So look at how I am going to wrap this. It is very easy to prepare and you can just make this in the comfort of your home and enjoy a correct fufu. So after wrapping, I'm just going to keep this aside, and this can last. You can make this in large quantity. It can last so long when stored properly. And I'm preparing this with okra soup. I know this is the best pair. Hope you all agree. This is the best pair for fufu. So I'm just going to show you the texture of this fufu and tell you how this feels. See, if you are sleeping on this method, just know that you are mixing a lot. This is very soft. The texture is so nice, and this slide down very easily on your throat. And once you try this method, you are going to get hooked. Thank you guys for watching this video to this point. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, just take a moment and hit the subscribe button below. I share relatable recipes that you and your families are going to love. And to my returning subscribers, you know you have a special place in my heart, right? Thank you guys for sticking here. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.